Up next, we cross into Mexico and finally discover for ourselves what Baja is really like.
I'm getting a little nervous here.
Me too. Okay. Cars?
Yeah. We're going to Mexico.
I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh. I get sweaty when I'm nervous. I should not have worn pants. Oh my god.
We arrived to the customs checkpoint just before 11 a.m. There was very little traffic and we had no idea what to expect. Aquí bueno? Gracias.
Hola. ¿Habla español? Alcohol, cigarettes.
First, the customs agent came on board to check and make sure we did not have massive quantities of alcohol or cigarettes. After a very quick check, we headed outside to the truck where he looked around and then verified that we had both insurance for Mexico and that our vehicle registrations matched the VIN on all three of our vehicles.
We just had our walkthrough and everything seemed to go well, so we are parked. Tucker and I are in here waiting for Jesse to come back. Jesse went to go grab the FMM permit.
Each adult must have a visitor permit. They're about $22 a piece. Babies do not. Then you go over and pay the bank. Once the bank's checked off that you've paid, you go back to the ticket agency, which luckily was very empty, and they stamp both your ticket and your passport, making you good to go. Hey! This is awesome. There was like it still took a long time, but there's nobody in line. There's no wait.
Okay.
All right, so we are literally just finished up with customs. There is very little traffic and short lines, and our worries about coming through later in the morning were nothing to worry about.
Null and void.
So now we're gonna regroup. We're gonna figure out our route to San Felipe and get out of here.
No idea even have them if this is normal.
We're in Mexico in our RV.
Oh my gosh.
I'm excited now.
Me too. I'm so glad we decided to come today because that was, oh man.
Nothing.
Before heading to Mexico, we joined a Verizon cell phone plan. That way, once we got into Mexico, all calls and texts would be the same. Everything would work as it did in the States. However, we have a 500 megabyte daily data limit. Luckily, that was more than enough data for us to use the navigation app to maneuver our big rig through the streets of Mexicali. After leaving Mexicali, we saw miles of empty, mountainous desert. It was beautiful. Even the areas where sand covered parts of the road. This is the very northern tip of the Sea of Cortez, where the land is dry, flat, and covered with salt. We had no complications at the customs checkpoint at the border, but now we had to cross through a military checkpoint.
San Felipe.
San Felipe de vacation?
The soldier that came aboard was very friendly. He asked a few questions, such as where we were going and for how long. During the inspection, he chose one random door to open. That door ended up showing him our bathroom.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Buen día.
Buenas, buenas.
All right. Well, so far so good. All right, and we are back on the road. We made it. We made it to San Felipe, Victor's RV park. Let's check it out.
we're so grateful for the generosity of all the people that have helped us along the way, and it's been amazing.
We didn't say the basic thing why you are here.
Balls.
Margarita.
Look at the size of the margarita.
Muy grande.
I'm here to see kayak.
Andy and Sarah are modern-day adventurers as well. They'll be traveling through Baja in their sea kayak, but more on that later.
We are Live&Give before. We are traveling around the world already 1 year.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
In our 4x4 truck. And now we are in Mexico with you guys. Right now it's Baja. And we are trying to, explore as much as possible.
So what's been your best and your worst moments?
Okay.
You take the highlight. I'm German, I take the negative.
This is true. You do the bad first.
Well, I start with the bad one. What people actually, I give you something for your cameras here. What people actually don't know, after we started our trip in Germany, we had a motor damage in Italy, and that gave us a little setback. Well, now it all worked out with Mercedes, but in the beginning they were a little stubborn. And this was, to me, my worst moment, because we put everything on one card, wanted to travel, and now the motor was gone, and we don't have that kind of money. I mean, the truck is financed. It's not that we are rich or what people think. So we just do it, and we live on a budget, even though we live on a budget, and she pulls out the margarita. But anyways, this is in the budget. But anyways, that was my worst moment. What's the best?
I could put one best moment in each country, but I will do only one now, and was Yukon, the Yukon area, to go and to dig for gold. This was amazing. We don't get any
Dylan,
gold.
should you ever see this if you're online? We love you.
But this was the best experience ever.
Really?
Do you regret having gone on your trip?
No.
Not at all.
Nope.
We don't.
We are in Mexico and still alive, so it's all good.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. We don't have these moments. We need them from your videos.
Okay, so Andy and Sarah are packing up their sea kayak right now. We met them here in San Felipe, and they are getting ready to paddle the 600-ish miles down to La Paz. So I think they're saying it'll take them about 7 weeks to go from here all the way down in a kayak.
Are you starting to feel the excitement of the trip?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure it feels a little bit more real now, right?
Feeling very real.
Yeah, pretty real.
It's always like this, you're just panicking to figure out how the hell to get everything into or onto the boat. And,
Yep.
and it's a little frustrating too at the same time, and I'm sure that as the days go on we'll develop systems. Right now we're just kind of throwing everything in and hoping for the best.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
Feeling the...
I'm trying to prevent myself from saying, why do we always have to leave like in a frantic state? And we're very organized people, but somehow you just end up doing everything at the last minute, and we will get to a beach and we'll pull everything out and it'll be calm, it'll be good. But today, as always, we're just throwing stuff in and we're debating, we don't need this, we don't need beans. Yes, we need beans, of course we need beans. That's life sustenance. But the beer, we gotta bring the beer and the tequila. So it's just this emotional time. Let's put it that way. But it's all going to be good. Right. And we're so grateful for all of your help.
Likewise.
I really do hope that we run into each other again.
I really hope that we can see again in La Paz to know how was your journey.
Yeah, there's some good stories.
It would be amazing.
All right, goodbye.
It was inspiring to see Andy and Sarah take off on their long-awaited journey. The next day, we too would begin a new leg of our own journey as we head farther into Baja. Up next, we join Fabian and Isabella of Live&Give 4x4 in search of exciting new places to explore.